A question I get asked a lot is, how do I speak so well and why do I think I'm perfect? This is a question that has garnered a lot of controversy within a lot of people around me. They often say that I'm narcissistic or conceited when I say that I am perfect. I don't mean that I'm genuinely without flaw. I mean that in today's aspect, I am the most perfect version of myself that you're ever going to meet. And I don't think that I'm ugly. A lot of people say, oh, well, you're not the best looking guy, and that's understandable. I'm not. But I also am my type. I am my type of person to be around. I'm the kind of person I wish to be around. I exude the energy I wish to attract, is how I operate as a human being. And a lot of people around me often get very critical and hyper analytical about themselves because they're not ugly, they're just not their type. They're not their own type. They don't like themselves. They're not introspective. They hate every aspect about themselves. They think they're too lazy. They think they're messy. They think they can improve upon their speech. They don't like the way that they say like. They don't like the way they pause their own sentences when they say They don't appreciate that small aspect and value about themselves. They can't slow down and smell the roses. They rush towards everything. They're too empathetic. They always date narcissists. They always go for the ex that ends up being the crazy girlfriend in the past, and that happens all the time. And they end up doubting themselves because they have this self-pity problem. The self-pity problem is a big issue. The industry of hating yourself is so prolific where you don't know how to operate as a human being. So you find people that have your same mindset that are prettier than you. So you now attribute your traits and their success to you. You become a part of this big community and you say to yourself, well, they're just like me and they're beautiful and their soul is beautiful. And you know what? I don't need to be physically attractive. I know my soul is beautiful. Do you know your soul is beautiful? Or are you telling yourself your soul is beautiful to get through the day? Are you saying this one small aspect about yourself in order to get through the hardships of the day because you don't know how to make yourself feel beautiful by yourself? Are you relying on other people to make you feel beautiful? And it's okay to have a support system. I'm not saying don't have a support system. I'm not saying deny yourself the luxury of having somebody deeply intimate with you in the terms of platonically as well, deeply, intimately platonic. I'm not saying deny yourself that luxury. I'm saying, do you have any aspect within your soul that allows you to know that you're worth more than the time it takes to get to know you? Do you have anyone like that? It becomes a big issue that way. I ask you a simple question. Do you love yourself enough to admit to yourself that you're not ugly? Do you love yourself to admit to yourself that you may not be your type? Do you love yourself to admit to yourself that maybe if you ate better, stretched, stopped smoking, stopped drinking, maybe your life would be deeply better and you would not complain as deeply and as vastly as you currently do? Do you have enough love to tell yourself that you suck right now and it has to get better? And you cannot allow the BPD, the autism, the mental issues that you deal with be your excuse. They can be a reason, but they cannot be an excuse. It can make your life harder. Everyone has a hard life. Everyone. Even those rich millionaires with billions of dollars, they have hard lives, things we probably don't know about. Even the landlord that you hate deeply has a hard time. He does. Nobody is immune from struggle. It is the only way humans can communicate with each other. And some people struggle so much that they feel like everyone has to struggle and they don't want to make it easier for anybody. That's how we get landlords and billionaires. That's how we get them. You have to love yourself enough to know that your excuse is becoming your reason, and that is becoming an issue. You need to separate the two. You are making excuses for the faults of your life. You are blaming your life on the death of yourself. And that is disrespectful to everybody that's come before you. It's disrespectful to anybody that comes after you. It is disrespectful to you. And I'm not going to let you disrespect yourself. Why would you do that all the time? Why do you do that every day? Why do you disrespect yourself? Ask yourself that question. Is it fun? Are you having a good time disrespecting yourself over and over again? It must be fun because you keep doing it. I need you to love yourself despite the ease at which you lean towards the opposite. I need that. I need that so deeply from you. I'm begging you to do it because you're not ugly. Sure, you're short. You're a short guy. Oh, I'm 5'2", I'm 5'4". There are women that will love you that are 6 foot. Oh, I don't want to date a tall girl. Then date someone short. There are people that will love you. Well, how do I pick up a girl? How do I get a guy? It is not how to pick up a girl. That is not what you must ask yourself. You must ask yourself, how do I become somebody worth dating? How do I become somebody worth dating? How do I become somebody that is worth someone else's time? How do I do that? How do I get that aspect? How do I get there? I am asking you, how do I get there, right? How do I get there? Ask yourself that question. Look yourself in the mirror and figure out what you can change. Your dental care is really bad, by the way. I want to point that out. Your dental care is really bad. As a matter of fact, you don't stretch enough, and that's why your back hurts. And you're smoking a vape right now, and you're probably eating something that's really unhealthy, and you're going to DoorDash later, and that's really unhealthy. You should probably go drive and just go get it, even if it wastes the gas, but it will make it a better trip because you'll be able to get out the house. And you might need to get out the house today because you've been riding in bed all day, and that's not healthy. You're not feeling too good about yourself, are you? You're having a bad time the entire way through. You're wondering why your body aches. You're wondering why you have so many muscle issues. And if you just changed up your diet, if you had a better mindset, realistically, you could fix 80% of the issues with you. You really could. And I know some psychopath is going to comment below, well, I have fibromyalgia. I have this. I have a gluten allergy. Okay, that's great. Find diets that work for you and fix the things that you can alter besides the things that are deeply wrong with you that you can't. That is all you have to do. It's that simple. You can just go hit a push-up, work out. My arms are weak. I wish I looked like him. I wish I looked like her. I wish I had a bigger butt. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. I have an eating disorder. I can't eat without smoking weed. I can't eat without smoking weed. I can't do that. I can't do that. You are making your reasons an excuse. It is sickening. It is heartening to hear. Every time someone has any type of constructive criticism, you take it as an attack against yourself. You are not ugly. You are not your type. You are being ugly to those around you who are trying their best to help you in some small smidgen or some small way, and it is weird and gross. You are not ugly. I say that with my whole chest. Despite the fact that I may not find you attractive, you are not ugly. I can say that you are not attractive, and you can still be not ugly. Because when I say that I don't think you're attractive, me personally, I don't think you're attractive. And that's okay. That's fine. If I do think you're attractive, I'll tell you. I really will. I'm not going to hide that. If I think you're ugly, you'll show me. You'll show me if I think you're ugly. You will show me. It is not about intimacy. It is not about relationships. It is not about that. It is about yourself first. Because when you finally decide that you being a nice guy is the bare minimum, or you having a good pussy or a good ass is just the bare minimum, you will have a much better time. And also, you don't get to decide if you're a nice guy. Other people can say that about you, but you can't say that about yourself. You don't get to have that qualifier. If a truly kind person will have critiques about themselves from other people to show that they're kind. Same with good phallic member, good pussy, good ass. Guess what? You can't possibly know if you have good pussy. Well, he came back. That's because he's lonely and depressed and he's a narcissist. He came back and he left though. He left. It's not good enough to keep him around, but it's good enough for you to hit him up every once in a while. That's what your value is as a person, your sexual prowess. And that's gross. And that's a disrespect towards yourself. And that's ugly. That's real ugly. It's really, really ugly. If he's only hitting you up for that, is that the deep value you find in yourself? Is that the entire value you find as a human being? That's weird. You shouldn't have that be your whole value. Have somebody that loves you so much that it makes you feel like you are your type. I love you, and I hope you do better for yourself. I don't want to see you keep going through this. It's really depressing.